decided to join a professional draft league. The Professional Draft League. It's a PALX league with low-tier terra, 16 coaches per division, 8 singles divisions, and a cross-division playoffs. I was assigned to the Hoenn division. After the infamous marble race, my draft position ended up being 5th. Before the league started, there was a certain mon I've been wanting to use for a while, and even though it's not typically a great round 1 pick, I decided to grab Terapagos. Now Terapagos might just be the strongest normal type in draft. Its absolutely massive move pool allows for the right coverage for any matchup, as well as boasting the most spammable normal type stab move in Terra Starstorm. Terapagos as a round 1 pick doesn't serve the same role as many other round 1 picks. Mons like Ardent Bundle, Palafin, and the Urshifus, who were all picked round 1, serve to deal big damage to an opponent and dismantle their team. Terapagos can do that with its setup moveset, but it also serves as a great defensive role with 110 in both defense stats and an HP of 90. Finally, Terapagos provides reliable rapid spin to our draft, which is very nice to have in a hazard-heavy metagame like J9 Draft. For my next mon, I wanted an offensive mon that synergized well with Terapagos. The Turtle Friend's main issues are Rock, Ghost, and Steel types. Therefore, Landorus Eye fits the team beautifully, as one of Lando's main weaknesses are Stealth Rocks, which as mentioned, Terapagos can spin away. As well as Masquerading as a flying type, meaning Lando resists the fighting types that threaten Terapagos. As a standalone mon, Lando hits like a nuke. Sheer Force boosted Earth powers have a very few switch-ins, besides the flying types that are immune. Even though it's mainly a special attacker, Lando still boasts an attack stat of 125, allowing for mixed or straight up physical sets. The attack stat could even make an uninvested U-turn deal a lot of damage as well as giving me the momentum. Many Lando users always slap on the Life Orb due to its synergy with Sheer Force. Now don't get me wrong, that's very strong and I will be using it myself, but I think Lando has a lot of untapped potential that I'm excited to play with. So now I have 2 mons that work well together, and I've got the challenge of building off that initial core to make a cohesive team. Now, I'm a balanced boy at heart, but I have been drifting more towards bulky offense as of late. A safe pick then, that can serve both as a tank or a main defensive piece, while filling out some of the type cores I like playing with, is Primarina. A bulky water and fairy type with a potentially huge damage output is a boon to any team. Especially here, it works well to shore up some of Lando's weaknesses in water and ice. Speaking of Lando, the synergy between the 2 mons is great. Primarina might lure out poison and steel types, which it can flip turn on and bring in Lando, allowing for progress in my favor. On its own, Primarina threatens its own progress with big moonblasts and hyper voices, while carrying enough coverage to at least chunk most mons. 3 mons down, and I've created a core that most likely will be brought to most games. So, from this point on, it's all about building a squad that can support the main trio whilst bringing their own aspects to the team. Currently, there are 3 main issues I want to deal with in that initial core, those being 1. Terapagos' Force Run Rapid Spin, 2. A weakness to grass types, and 3. Lacking physical attackers. So, for his next pick, let's handle that first one. By round 4, the top rapid spin mons in Quavo, Treads, and Tusk were obviously gone, and the rest of the rapid spinners didn't look too appealing. So what to do? Well, how about we don't use rapid spin? Let's use mortal spin. Glimora adds a whole new aspect to the team in Hazard Stack, which is a strategy that synergizes well with my other mons, especially Lando forcing switches. But mainly Glim provides a secondary form of removal, opening up Terapagos to run more different sets. Crucially, Mortal Spin is a poison type move, meaning that I can spin into ghost types that may come to prevent a spin from Terapagos, and Terapagos could spin on the steel types. I don't necessarily need to run a hazard focused set. Rock Polish sweeping sets could also be potent at cleaning up an opponent's team, making use of Glimora's 130 base special attack stat. At this point, grass types click very free attacks into me, and I'm lacking a steel type for my Fairy Dragon Steel core. So let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone, shall we? The plan was to grab Metagross as a way to kill 3 birds, as it would give me a physical attacker as well. But someone, Staniel, sniped it. So Iron Crown it is. Iron Crown serves as the main grass check and fairy check alongside Glimora. Crown gets Volt Switch and could easily lure in latch types and pivot into either Lando or Glimora to gain some progress. Apart from that, a calm mindset with booster speed is a very real sweeping threat that other teams need to respect. I could always slap on an assault vest, and suddenly Crown is a tough cookie to break. Oh god, I really need a physical attacker, don't I? Well, let's grab the mascot, Breloom. Breloom is an incredibly strong physical attacker. Running around with stab close combats off an attack stat of 130 is frightening. Breloom also provides very strong priority with Technician boosted Mach Punch and obviously Spore for support. Even though Breloom doesn't have pivoting itself, it can almost serve in that role. Due to its typing, poison types come in very freely on Breloom. That means that on a cheeky predict, I could easily get either Lando or Crown in a spot to click a button or set up respectively. Let's take stock. The main weaknesses I felt were present in the main core have been dealt with to a certain extent. So by taking a step back, I'll be able to get perspective on the overarching problems with all 6 of my current mods. So let's see. Oh god, that speed. Also, I still need both my Terra Captains. Problem is, this is round 7. All the very fast mods are gone. We're going to need to approach the speed issue from a different angle. How about we make use of Burden? That's to the first Terra Captain, Drifblim. Drifblim fills a lot of roles that my team needs. Firstly, it's one of my 2 required Terra Captains, and a very strong one at that. Before I Terra it, it's a Ghost which prevents rapid spin spam into my team if I want to go the hazard stack route for a week. And finally, with Unburden, it can help mitigate the speed issue, if only slightly. As a mod itself, Drifblim is a terrifying Terra Captain, even outside of terrain teams. The combination of doubled speed, Calm Mind, Strength Sap, and Terra Flying Terra Blast can blow through many teams. Since this is a pick 3 Terra types format, Drifblim will be using Terra Flying, Fighting, and Dark. Yeah, so that physical attacker problem isn't really solved yet, is it? And currently my highest base speed is 101. Maybe there's a mod that slipped through the cracks in the higher tiers. Well, hello. Ogrepon Hearthflame is a perfect fit here. It increases my top speed, whilst also being able to boost its own speed with Trailblaze. It gives me my fire type to finish off the Fire Warrior Grass Core, and it's one of the strongest physical attackers in the meta. Getting it in round 8 means I've been able to build a team without needing Ogrepon to fill any specific roles. That allows me to be very flexible when building with Ogrepon week to week. It's the same approach I took with Terrapagos. I still need my Terra Captain, but I've only got 2 points left, and due to the Terra tax system, that means I am forced to get a 1-point Terra Captain. Luckily, long before the draft started, there was a little lad that I had wanted to use that just so happened to really help in the speed department. Great Yarn, or Tarantula, gets Sticky Web. That's it, it has Sticky Web. The Terra types will be Bug, Water, and Steel for our little friend. I'm totally not keeping this segment short to hide the true power and potential of Tarantula. I mean, it's not like you can only win a third of the top tiers, right? Right? And that's the team I'll be using for Season 4 of the PDL. So hopefully I don't have to kill any of them before the 8 weeks are up, but speed might turn out to be a bit of an issue, but, you know, we'll manage. Yeah, surely. I mean, nothing could go wrong, could it? I mean, we're professional, after all.